Alive and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D Real coming at you with another Be Real with D Real, where edutainment is what I do. Hey, it's the week. How was your weekend? Um, I spent my weekend going back and forth with people who wanted to argue with me about Cleopatra's lineage. Yeah, they did that, y'all. They sure did that. But here's what I'm gonna do. This here video ain't gonna take that long. All I want to do is set the record straight to all of the people who decided they had something to say, useful and unuseful comments. This one's for you. But before I get off into it, what I need y'all to do is the same thing I always need y'all to do for your mans and them. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D Real page so that when new material comes out, you get it. If you're digging what a brother's shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. All it is. Now, back to you, Cleopatra people. Your ill-timed explanations / corrections, revisions of my video are not only just that ill-timed, but they're flat out wrong. Okay. I did the video Saturday. The link is posted. I would like a lot of y'all to go back and watch that video, especially you people that have so much to say about Hellenistic society and the Ptolemaic Empire and what Cleopatra the seventh's lineage was. Okay. Let's just cut to the chase. Okay. We know that Cleopatra the seventh, the Cleopatra that everybody knows and loves so well, the Cleopatra that was depicted by Elizabeth Taylor, the Cleopatra that was depicted by Vivian Lee, the Cleopatra that was depicted by both Monica Bellucci and Sophia Loren is the Cleopatra that we're talking about. We know for a fact this woman was born of a Ptolemaic Greek who was the ruler of Egypt at that time. Very simple question. Very, very simple question. And it should have a very simple answer. And the very simple question is this. Who was Cleopatra the seventh's birth mother? Okay. All the texts you look at are going to say possibly, assumed, and presumably. So we're assuming that either Cleopatra the sixth or the fifth is her mother, or there are 2 or 3 other choices as to whom Cleopatra's birth mother might be. So for all of these Caucasian white-bodied people who are ready to furiously argue me down into the earth about Cleopatra was not black, Cleopatra was not black, you don't even know who the woman's damn mother was. Every instance, every text you look at is going to say it is assumed, presumably. That is not with 100% accuracy. Now, is it? Now, please understand what I'm saying to you before you assume you know, because watching that video and seeing y'all comments in the video tells me you didn't know what the hell I was saying. At no time in that video do I ever say Cleopatra was black. I might have teased y'all with pictures of actress Adele James, who is starring as Cleopatra in the upcoming documentary on Netflix May 10th. I plugged that real nice, didn't I? Anyway, I never said the woman was of African American descent. I said she might be of Middle Eastern descent. And you know why I say that? Because you can't prove it or disprove it. And that's all the conversation in my video was about. Y'all saying she ain't black. Okay, all right. She's not depicted as a black woman. Guess what? And this was going to hurt. How is Jesus Christ depicted? So don't wax on to me about what history says. Because we live in a day and age where we discover day after day, history gets revised constantly. And I don't want to sit around and talk about the what ifs and the maybes, as one person in the chat told me, don't deal in maybes and possiblies. And so I didn't. I asked the simple question, who Cleopatra mama is? Because I was waiting for them people to come and, oh, she ain't black. Sorry, mate, she ain't black. Nope, you're grasping at straws. I never said she was. Let me say that again for the record. Now, you can watch that video from second one to the very last second. You will not hear me say in that damn video that Cleopatra was black. And I ain't retracting what I said. I'm just saying, if you're going to say what I said, spell my name right. You know what I mean? Say what I said, not what you gleaned or what the overall message seemed to give you the energy of. I said the same thing the director of that Netflix special said, and I will stand on that, and I dare somebody to tell me different. She said, Cleopatra may not be black, but she sure don't look like Elizabeth Taylor. And that seemed to offend every white-bodied person in the chat. Everybody has something to say. And this is what I'm going to tell you about making comments on this here page right here. Like the outer limits, y'all might not know nothing about the outer limits, but I control the picture. I control the sound. I control the horizontal. I control the vertical. Now, while that does not mean I'm going to sit here and be benighted and dwell in ignorance, I'm also not going to entertain disrespectful a-holes. You're not going to call me out my name and think I'm going to leave that comment up. I'm going to give you the business and send you on your immer effing way. Now it's a bunch of people that got to make up a bunch of fake accounts so they can get back to this page and give a funky comment. There was only one person that interacted with me in a respectful manner. There was only one person that presented facts. And even when I presented them with facts, you could tell it was new information to them. Now, all you anthropology majors and all you world history majors and all you African history majors, leave me the hell alone. Because what I'm saying to you right now is the same thing I will continue to say if you come in the comments saying shit. I'm just going to tell you what I just told you in this video. I did not say Cleopatra was black. I said she ain't white. Now, if y'all want to argue about the whiteness or the blackness of a woman who lived in Africa and 8 generations of her people lived in Africa, yeah, they were the ruling class, but they were men. That's why we don't know who Cleopatra's mama is with any certainty. I think a lot of times what happens is people on social media, there are actually people out there just searching for BS to get into. You want to go and argue and fight and bicker and tell somebody they don't know this or they don't know that. Why don't you make sure you know before you start telling somebody what they don't know? It's very simple biology. If you can't tell me who the woman's mama is with any certainty, how you gonna argue the point that she was white? You don't know who her mama is. How are you going to argue that point logically with any validity? Well, presumably, it's assumed that. Okay, but assumptions go down in history. Presumptions go down in history as fact. No, they do not. Nothing I assume is a fact. Ain't no assumptions in hieroglyphics. Okay? So for the rude ass little girl who thought she was giving me a lesson about the Ptolemaic dynasty, I'm sorry, sweetheart, but I probably knew about the Ptolemaic dynasty before your little behind was born. But you trying to tell somebody to be nice because you don't like the way that I refer to Caucasian people or white-bodied people. Well, in the immortal words of your people who are always saying it to me, you need to get over it, sis, is what you need. And understand that knowledge is not something that is the bastion of white body people. And in your arrogance, trying to assume that I don't know what I'm talking about, or opening your mouth up and saying I don't know what I'm talking about, and you don't even know who Cleopatra's mama is, who don't know what they're talking about. And if you do, you don't know with 100% certainty. So you cannot refute anything I've said. Matter of fact, you didn't refute anything I said. You just got on your horse and turned into super troll. That's why that shit ain't up on my page no more. Because you sound like a plumb fool trying to make somebody sound like a plumb fool. Fool. Yeah, I did. I don't normally call people fools. Only when they do foolish shit. Only when they say foolish things. And I don't even remember your name. You wasn't even worth remembering your name. All I know was you were rude and disrespectful, and you made a big old long paragraph and thought somebody was going to sit there and read it through. Well, I read it through, and it was disrespectful. And if you had a page, you wouldn't want nobody coming on your page talking to you like that. I got bars for y'all. I got plenty of bars for y'all. Act like you know. I ain't on social media because I'm timid. I ain't on social media because I'm dumb. And you'll get an earful and an eyeful if you dare or deem to step into my realm and say, I don't know what I'm talking about. Again, last time saying it, go watch the video and find where I said Cleopatra was a black woman. Find that and post it somewhere. Just he's selling wolf tickets. He talking shit. He said Cleopatra was black. See? Nowhere on that video. Sorry. Y'all just upset she ain't 100% white. Or we only know 50% of her lineage. How about that? So that other 50% could be anything. Do you think the historians and people who drew pictures and carved statues of her were aware of the fact that no one knew her mama's lineage? And so historically they went, well, since her daddy white, let's make her with white features since We weren't there, so we don't know what did or didn't happen. We can't say that with any certainty. And what a lot of people fail to understand is that history is constantly morphing. History is constantly changing. The shit that was true 10 years ago may not be true this year. So why don't you run a check on all of the research regarding Cleopatra VII after 2007 and see if you come up with the same stuff you came up with in your anthropology class, the same stuff that you came up with in your history class. Yeah. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, is what I say. So respect to David Schwimmer, because he debated me, and he debated me in a respectful way. I mean, he kind of, his comments sounded a little bit snide, but he was for the most part respectful. He didn't call nobody out of their name. He wasn't disrespectful. He just came with facts. Back and forth were the facts. But then, just like everybody else on this video, watching this video, you're going to be in the same place David Schwimmer was when I say, who's Cleopatra's mama? And do you know that with 100% certainty? Just say no and keep it pushing. And don't feel no kind of way about it. The world needs to be united. We need to be of like-mindedness. Ain't nothing wrong with Cleopatra being a mixed lineage, y'all. Do you understand that? Black people, there's nothing wrong with Cleopatra being Macedonian Greek. White people, there's nothing wrong with Cleopatra being part Middle Eastern or part Sub-Saharan African. There's nothing wrong with that. This lawyer in Egypt who thinks it's an insult for a Black woman to portray Cleopatra in his Netflix special, what continent do you live on, bruh? What continent do you live on? Obeculon? Okay. You Kemetic folk need to remember from which you hail, from what you, I understand invasion and all of this done supplanted your country, and now you're a country of a bunch of people. You're a mixing pot, excuse me, much like the United States of America in this day and age. But that started after the fall of the Roman Empire. So there was a crap ton of people running up in Egypt having their way, doing and being. Wasn't none of them people the ruling class, though. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to be done with it. And also, I am most likely going to be doing a live with my man Theo, because Theo did a live today, and he expressed himself. Okay, this is what happens when people assume things. This is what happens when there ain't clear communication about things. Communicate clearly and concisely. It is very easy to misunderstand what a person is trying to convey when all you got is words being typed. Please remember that moving forward, y'all, when y'all come in somebody's comment section and call yourself trying to get somebody to business. Because like I said, I got smoke for all of y'all that's talking reckless. Please don't do it on my page. Okay? One or two things is going to happen. You're going to get checked. You're going to get blocked. Oh, three things. You're going to get checked, you're going to get blocked, or you're going to get checked and blocked. Okay? Respect is a two-way street. You got something to say to me, don't say it with your chest, because I don't care nothing about your little bird chest. Don't say nothing to me with your chest. I say that in a respectful way. Please, don't say nothing to me with your chest. All right? Let me stop. This video went way longer than it should have. That's it for now, but fret not. I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good and be good to each other.